The time has come. We finally made it to the kickoff of the Valorant Midwest Showdown, and I am absolutely hyped for it. My name is Vincent. I'm joined by Sparky, and I mean, dude, I'm so ready. I don't know about you.
I am so excited for the games that we have today, and they should all be bangers out here. They are going to start off in group stages for this one, as I believe it's four teams in each group. And the game we first will be covering will be Samelol versus Nightblood Gaming. Two very good teams, and some teams that actually have some very familiar names here, Vincent.
Certainly. So yeah, Group B, where we're starting. Other names you might recognize here: Third Impact, Cosmic Divide, for example. Some collegiate teams too. Kennesaw State, that's from my home state of Georgia. RIT obviously coming in as well, and then EG, another name that you probably going to be recognizing, along with Frag You Bag, which is, I guess, a play on Frick You Bag, FYB, the team we've seen a whole lot of. So
Yeah.
either way, I'm excited for it. There's going to be some phenomenal Valorant being played today, and I'm thinking, this first matchup certainly is going to be a good one. But I do want to kind of back up just a little bit before we get too far into this, because well, this tournament is made possible by Community Gaming. They run weekly tournaments for games like Valorant, Apex, Super Smash Brothers, and a whole bunch more. Community Gaming also provides support for a wide variety of grassroots tournaments, offering tools and guidance to organizers to help supercharge their events. You can head to communitygaming.io to learn some more about them and how they may help make this event possible. Super excited that they could get involved as well. You see them right down below their logo there. But why don't you introduce these two teams to me, Sparky? Because you said some familiar faces. Why is it that we are seeing familiar faces here? Who would those be?
So we have Same Wall versus Nightblood Gaming. Some of the familiar, names that I see, especially is Ohai. He plays very well at a competitive level, and he's going to be here in order to be at this LAN to try and see whether or not they can have those same results here as well. So for Same Wall, it will be Ohai, Dude It's a Duck, Zero Data, E-Shots, and Zaf. And for Nightblood, it will be NGB Nomad, Zyklon Roompa, McNutty, Poppy Cantaloupe, and Sways. Man, those names can get a little bit hard sometimes. But yeah, these are some pretty insane players. These teams, I mean, I think some of them have been formed just for this land. I think some of them have played a little bit beforehand. So we might see a little bit more scrappy than you guys are used to seeing when we do play something like VCS every single week, where it's these established teams that are playing. But this is a LAN. These are people who have flown out in order to be at the facility in order to play these games. So they're excited. We're excited. It's going to be some great ones.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of firepower there for that same little roster. Ojai, you mentioned, obviously formerly of Complexity, Team Basilisk as well. But the rest of those names, they might kind of fly a little bit under the radar. But Zero Data has been playing with Horizon GG most recently, and these shots had a stint on T1 Academy as well. That was a little bit ago, but you still gotta respect it. And Zaf, I think is the real question mark for me. He hasn't played in an official match in tier 2 since the 25th of January. That is nearly 12 months ago at this point. I mean, only 20 or so days off of that. So I really am wondering, where's that at? But surely he's been tracking, on the entry towards the land and against the team like Nightblood Gaming, where Zyklon, Rupa, and McNutty, that trio has had a lot of experience together. I don't know if that's going to be a factor.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to see how these teams end up playing. Again, this will be on the LAN server, so it still, it is a little bit different than how it would be online. You don't
Sure.
have as much latency as you would when some people are playing at like 70 ping, some people are going to be playing at like 10 ping depending on where the server ends up being. So it should be, I think, a little bit more even across the board. Do you have our group stage? I love this graphic so much, and believe we do have our map picks already. So Ascent, Haven, and Fracture, I believe, have been banned and also Bind. So where are we ending up here, Vincent?
Well, I got word that Breeze is going to be where we were going, and I swear I didn't know that beforehand. That's just the background I chose for my green screen. But I'm loving it. I love a bit of Breeze. I think this is going to be fun. It's going to be very interesting. For a couple of reasons. I think that the big question mark for me is going to be, do we see Chamber being played? I don't know, but you see Ojai
Oh,
already.
there it
Okay,
is.
there's the lock. I thought we were getting memed. You know how that goes oftentimes. But what do
Every
you think of
time.
Chamber? Is this a character, an agent that's going to be getting a lot of playtime here in this tournament?
I think it could get a very good amount of playtime. Chamber itself is kind of something similar to that Jet and Reyna, but with a little bit more utility for the team, right? So you're going to have those alarm bots that can provide a lot of space, a lot of information. I think Breeze is a really interesting pick to pick him as well, since you have that sheriff that's like a mini pocket guardian that can do a lot of damage, especially at these long ranges, and you get that free pocket up once you get that 7 ulti orb. But the thing is, you're kind of giving up something like a Cypher for it, right? Who can lock down so many areas, protect those flanks a lot easier. The alarm bots kind of provide some of that, but it's definitely not the same when you also have that camera, that 6 ulti charge, and the neural theft to just find where players are. Like, all of this is great for a Cypher. I want to see whether or not Ojai can have the same impact, at least with covering the flanks with his alarm bots, but also just fragging out, right? What do you expect from a chamber?
Yeah, I think it's a really, really interesting conversation, kind of putting the Chamber in that role, because obviously he is a Sentinel, but provides a ton of firepower, and I have seen him played as a duelist in a lot of situations, especially like this. Could be on like the pistol round where you can essentially, I mean, it's not free, but you almost have a free, couple shots in a sheriff that do a lot of damage and similar. But we're getting underway here. Samelol going to be on the defense. Remember, these are best of ones, so you lose here, you're definitely going to be on the back foot. But it is group stages, so it's not as if it's like one and done. So it's pretty nice from that perspective. Zero data taking a look in towards the opposition, and that's a big shock dart. The Poppy is tagged low, but there's Sways. He has the sheriff, and he is coming up big. Sways is going to be a big heavy hitter. Has had lots of success with Stussy in the past, and it's a duck coming in
Ooh.
from the back line, but Sways putting him down quickly as well.
Yeah, you saw some early aggression there from Samelol, and they actually cleared out enough of the map to realize that this A hit is coming. Fortunately, Nightblood didn't realize that the A site itself was free, so trades come through. It's a 2 versus 2 in the end, and the defense knows that this B hit is coming. There's double alarm bots here to try and prevent against this hit, and yeah, Roompa, he's gonna be tapped up double. He's completely slowed right into the crosshairs of Ojai, and Samelol pick up the pistol in this best of one for our first game of Valorant Midwest Showdown.
Yes, indeed, and that what you saw right there. If you haven't been watching, if you're not familiar with the new utilization here of Chamber, we've been talking about it just a little bit. That is the trademark that was just put down by Ojai, and that if you are caught out by it, will slow you for 9.5 seconds. That is a very strong slow, as well as slow the players around you. So here we are, forced by for Samelol, as we would expect, and it looked to me like Nightblood didn't really invest too heavily.
Yeah, just looking to save their money into the next one. Ojai on the aggression here. We'll catch out Cyclone pretty easily, and the information's been given over that the B hit doesn't really seem to be coming. Sways, though, with a nice shot onto Duck. Will even up the numbers just a little bit, but in the end, Nightblood still with only 2 members left in order to try and get onto a spike site, pushed all the way back. E-Shots is going aggressive in order to try and get these eco frags in the end, and really that's just what you expect on the second round. After you win those pistols, you have better guns. The only really threat was the Marshall, but that was dealt with pretty fast, and the economy not really too damaged for Samelol here. They're going to be able to save a lot of these guns into the next round and hopefully have money to get to those rifles. Big question here is econ damage. Can they take these rifles out? Because Breeze especially is really big about econ, right? You need that money in order to have those long range angle guns, those rifles, those operators that can really set you up for success.
That's certainly the case. We do see a lack of marshals, which can be something that is very effective on this map, especially as it's sort of an eco weapon and or a weapon that is lower on the cost. But this is a very aggressive push here from Samelol. Now Nightblood, they're kind of watching out for it. Don't get me wrong, but Ojai, he's gonna find Zyklon out very quick and easy as the opener goes towards Samelol. Here's that plant.
Yeah, putting the spike down. CT aggression
Spike
here,
planted.
trying to push all the way into spawn because they know that Samelol, they like to flank, they like to go through mid, and they're planting accordingly for that. 4 people left though, and all 5 have cleared out so much space. It's really about how coordinated the site hit's going to be.
There's that first opening frag. It's something nutty. Found that. Nightblood still looking good. They've been able to equalize and even found an advantage. Oh my goodness, so quickly. Leaves Zap all alone, who has that Spectre in hand. Dismiss is available, but no more. And hit with the shock dart. 1 versus 2. Double shock dart is painful. And Roompa gonna clean that up. Nicely done by Nightblood to kind of hang on to that site despite the attempt from Samelol.
Man, Zaf with that SMG had like lasers on these people's head. You know, same law. They kept about 4 members alive towards the very end, but Zaf even upped the numbers just a bit, and that did a good amount of econ damage. You can already see it in Nightblood Gaming's buy. 3 people had light shields. They probably wouldn't have if they kept their lives. 2-1, and so far it seems to be that Samelol want to be able to defend this A site now. They've pushed mid and B a couple times, and they're expecting some more aggression towards that. Why not just hold the site instead, play a little bit slower, and see if they can still find those same openings that Nightblood is giving to them. Very spread out here from the attack as well, but it seems like a B hit will be on the table soon.
Well, that's certainly where the spike is located. And you can see that Poppy setting up the toxic screen for just that situation. Ojai's here on the site. Has a rifle to play with. Look at E-Shots. E-Shots trying, unfortunately not successfully, to get a forward position, but it's Duck and Ojai who both find success. There goes those Cloudbursts down to buy some time for Duck as the rotation goes towards A.
Yeah, 3 people left. The side is coming, but still, Zaf should be here. Yeah, Zaf is here, at least to provide some sort of pressure. The covering fire is there, the flash as well. This is buying so much time for the rotations to come through, even if he loses his life.
Yeah, that may be a little bit questionable there by Zaf taking that fight, because especially considering that one additional player goes down while that rotates happening, now Samelol are at a disadvantage. They're going to have to find and fight that back. It's stuck from one Zero Data, the other, and Zero Data is already down, courtesy of Sways, who's done a phenomenal job thus far at finding those frags. Is going to have to be the save. This operator really not ideal trying to come in versus 3.
Not just the save, he's going for kills as well. Trying to get those exits, still damage the economy quite a bit. Op takes a long time to reload though, will be able to continue, and he's pinched. Poppy's on 5 HP. Doesn't really matter with the Op anyway, since it's only 1 shot, that's all you get. And Duck won't be able to save that operator into the next round. A little bit of over-aggression, I would say, from Samelol. They're so used to having their run of the map, right? They were pushing down mid. They've been pushing down B every single round. Felt like E-Shots just got a little bit too far up. The rotation was there, so many people. Then the push onto A site was good for Nightblood Gaming. Samelol gonna have to save into this next one. Only sheriffs to their name, but I mean, at this high-level play, we've definitely seen those sheriffs do quite a bit of damage here, Vincent.
Blade Storm gonna be pulled. Nightblood could pull their own on Sways, but in fact, Sways has the operator and he doesn't need the blades. He's got the shots. That's Ojai falling. Duck is looking for more. Does he try to swing into this, especially into Sways? That's such a dangerous position to be in. But the answer is no, not right now. Duck is waiting patiently as the guiding light goes out, but ultimately it's a bit of a ruse, a rotation coming through from Nightblood as they move that spike back in towards the B area where, by the way, there's only 1 player, and that's E-Shots, who's found Poppy on the early frag. That's definitely an early warning system. As you can see, the defense starting to inch their way the opposite direction, but it's not fast enough as the push is coming forward.
Actually blows the Viper's pit here with only a sheriff to his name. It's gonna cover the choke quite a bit. The camera, oh, the tag, he is completely revealed in that ultimate, and the sight hit is here. No one really here to defend against it, except for Zafu. Got quite a nice shot in order to kill that spike planner, just delaying a little.
30 seconds left. Spike planted.
I don't dislike the idea to use the pit there, but man, is it unfortunate to get taken out in that manner. Either way, Zero Data has nicely lined up a headshot with the Sheriff, meaning that it's actually a 2-on-2. There's an Empress possibility for Samelol, but nothing really on the opposition. There goes the dart, the recon bolt, trying to find some info, and Zyklon's position's now been made aware. Push forward here with Zero Data, taking every opportunity, but well played by Nightblood, not peeking till they need to, and playing a double swing perfectly off the back of the initial information.
Yeah, great kind of bait setup there. All the information goes on to Cyclone. They don't know where the last person is, and with Breeze, there's just so many different angles you have to try and check. Was towards that B main area and could get the trade once the players cross through very easily. Nightblood here on the advantage now, even though they went down in the first two. 4 ultimates on the board as well, so as long as they get the site here, if they get that Viper Spit down, this should be easy pickings for them. I believe they have an attack-sided operator on their chat as well, and we just heard Chamber bring out his own in addition, looking down that hallway area, but so far still slow from Nightblood, just trying to feel out the map, see if they can find the site where there are less people, more mid aggression for them to try to counter what Samelol do, but Samelol seem to be a little bit more reserved now.
There's that tour de force from Ojai. It's taken one, but McNutty has a response. It's going to be the toxic screen going out. McNutty going to push down the Trailblazer in addition to try and keep everything reasonable. Recon Bolt, not going to find anything for now from Roompa, but Ojai now coming in has that additional weaponry from the ultimate, but has attempted to try and play something a little bit cheekily there with the rendezvous. What can he do? What can he do, rather? Zero Data as well, close by. Takes some shots in towards the toxic pit and can't quite connect. One player down there, but Zyklon, he's traded for 2. And Duck also finds success. The updraft not needed, but here's that Hunter's Fury. It's in fact caught out, and Duck, oh, just barrel stuffing Roompa. No chance in hell he can pick that one up. So Samelol, they have to use a lot of those ultimates, but they do pick up the round.
Oh man, clean retake there. I mean, they got so many players out alive, but man, Duck just going forward, puts the smoke down, off shot through it, so basically can't really be traded, gets that one, and then knife out all the way in order to kill that Sova with the kind of awkward interaction towards the end. Completely tied up here. Samelol seem to be pretty easy on these retakes. I think a lot of it is just how much do they bleed numbers here, right? A lot of their agents with that Chamber, Jet, and Reyna, it's all about taking those gun duels, just forcing them, trying to win them out. But if they don't get those picks early, they have to at least try and play for these retakes where they can bring their full force in their trading power available.
Zyklon with the opening frag there. Ojai gonna use the rendezvous to come back towards the site. It's Roompa though and co with lots of openings. Ways is the Bladestorm pot, and he's looking for even more. Can't quite find it, but it's okay. The rest of his team has it on lock. And the same will fall to pieces there in that aggressive A push.
Yeah, great from Nightblood there. They take it really slow, even on the exact. You can see the Viper wall up, and they're just trading shots through it. They have the Skybirds in order to try and flash them out, try and get a little bit more space for themselves, and then the recon over the top in order to reveal which space they can take, which kills they can garner for themselves. Nightblood, another 3 to 4 on the advantage here. Sway is going to pick up that operator. Last time we saw him in mid, he just got absolutely domed. This time, looking towards this B, but the Viper is there, and these shots is looking to go aggressive.
Aggression sort of punished. Down to 51 health. Not ideal. But that certainly is. It's a headhunter and headhunted. McNutty down and out. And the same could be said for Poppy as Duck has found him as well. Zero Data going to be pushing that owl drone out, and Duck has the close angle covered until Roompa puts him back where he belongs. There's now, it's a 4 versus 2. Nightblood, they're pushed back heavily, but Samelol will have to defend these positions, and they really don't have all the weaponry that they could have wanted to do that, especially when Sways is still using this operator to great effect, trying to just find opening after opening and thin the herd for this Nightblood squad.
Samelol doesn't even have to get aggressive here. They can just pin them here. 30 seconds left. As long as they survive, the spike won't go down.
That's very true, but I mean,
30 seconds
as
left.
time goes on, Sways just continually finds success. Now, granted, these last two players are significantly farther back, and they are going to be a little bit harder to dislodge, but there's E shots, and he's actually hitting shots as he's got both of those frags. Roompa and Sways fall for the thrifty victory of Samelol.
Huge from Samelol. You can just see their aggression on this save round. They had the Viper peek through. Fortunately for them, didn't die throughout all of that. That drew the attention, and 3 members from Samelol pushed through A main. They got the head taps with the Sheriff when Nightblood was looking the other way, and they close out the round once they got that spike down. Huge damage to the economy here, as you can see, right? No operator in NBG's hands anymore. They only have rifles and a couple of light armors as well going into this next round. And again, seeing a little bit of aggression here, right? I mean, this is exactly what you want to see with these 3 duelist-ish people. You need to force those aim duels early. E-shots, though, gonna force an aim duel of himself and win that one out with the one onto Poppy and threatening the second. Recon going to reveal it in the end, and the shock dart in order to just bring that last player down. 0 data with another. It's all up to McNutty trying to bring his team back, but it's Samelol to go up 5-4.
It was a good coverage as well. You saw that it wasn't just E-shots getting aggressive. It was the whole team kind of holding the angles in order to enable him to find success with said aggression. So really impressive work there from Samelol, and that gives them back the lead. This defensive side obviously quite important for this team to get a good start in, especially when it's a best of 1.
Very close game so far, too, right? 5-4, exactly what you want to see. The Sheriffs for the side of Nightblood looking towards this A site. The Chamber has rotated to that site, though. And I don't believe the dog, yeah, they won't actually matter for the alarm bots. A couple of shots traded, but nothing really to scoff about, as Ohai just kind of holds this down. The Hunter's Fury just trying to buy a little bit of pressure, actually provide a little bit of a distraction, as there's a 2-man push down towards mid from Samelol.
I don't know that I love that. You know, it's just kind of a fishing Hunter's Fury, not really finding any success, and actually doesn't really do any damage at all. Nightblood, though, they have really no ults to work with, and they're going to use the guiding light to get a forward position. Here's Ohai on the side, trying to spam through. Can't quite connect. Duck close by. And Ohai is providing that overwatch. It's E-shots, who does find the connection, but it trades back and forth. Poppy with the Sheriff can't quite find it. Leaving Sways all alone here with the Marshall. I talked about this gun. I talked about how it's good, and well, there's why.
30 seconds
Sways
left.
finding success, but here's the problem. He's got to get the plant down, and I don't think he's expecting 8 shots. Now he does. Now he knows. Information gained, but still 20 seconds to play with. It ain't much, and he's got to find all of these successful shots quickly, not to be. These shots with a nice little dodge and duck around that. Marshall means Samelol. They've confirmed a 6th round.
Actually love that setup from Samelol. You saw the Viper's wall that's used every single time from Nightblood, splitting up that A site. You put Chambers alarm bots there, they'll slow them down as they push in, and then you can just kind of act as a snake, just slowly taking away map pressure behind that wall before the wall goes down, and you just execute everyone behind it. Great by Samelol. 2 rounds left in this half, and it seems like this Viper's pit is going to come down extremely fast onto this A site. This A site is already so hard to go through, and with that drone not seeing anything, not finding the Viper at all, it's pretty much untenable in order to get through. Zaf with the fancy feet is going to make it out completely unscathed, but again, it's mid pressure from Samelol.
It's been a consistent theme and certainly been successful overall. These shots who's continuing that success. It's been nutty to go down. So the entry is really going to be gutted there with the lack of a guiding light, no trailblazer to work with anymore. And so you can see Sway's kind of forced to work a different angle, work a different option. This Poppy is answering things back, going to equalize this 4-on-4. Ojai has an idea as there goes that alarm. Plant going down, and
Oh,
does he spray through? Yes, he does. Great find, though denied by Sways. Keeps it still 3-on-3, but the spike, it's got to get planted sooner or later. But with that opening, Cyclone has certainly made it a little bit easier, especially now the neural theft going to be able to give the information away. Zero data. He is basically heads up here. They know where he's at. They still got to be scared because he can hit those shots, but shots they don't hit. Sways and Roompa, they connect. It's 6-5, and indeed continuing. Nightblood, this is incredibly close.
1 round left for Nightblood in order to tie this round up, which honestly, so far, I feel like this is Samelol's game, right? They've been so aggressive, they've been finding map pressure, but also on Breeze, you expect it to be that attacker-sided map. The defenders usually are so split up, there's so many different places to cover that they're not able to adequately put the members there, and with Nightblood, you can just group up, but Samelol are basically playing attack on this defense. This seems to be very similar for this next round. You see Zaf here in this classic spot, shooting the drone so that Zaf goes undiscovered. Unfortunately, that will just give the ruse away.
Yeah, but he's still going to hit shots, and with the dismiss available to him on the Empress, he stays alive. Zero data, Ojai, everyone involved. It's a shooting gallery, and it's Ojai with a triple and a flawless victory in the final round of the half.
Yeah, Nightblood there, they just try to go a little bit faster. 5-man push onto the site, but unfortunately the chamber's there. There's 3 people there. You're stuck in a crossfire. There's nowhere you can look. There's not bullets flying into your face. Samelol going into this attacking side with a 2-round lead. Lots of pressure on this pistol for Nightblood to tie this one up. It seems like they're going to take a little bit farther back of a setup so far. And something you expect a little bit more from that Cypher play. You're just looking for information rather than straight up forcing gun duels. But with this pseudo 3 duelist setup, it seems like it might just be a straight up fast B here, maybe a split. But overall, these B defenders could get very easily overwhelmed.
In the case, the Trailblazer going to find information initially. Sway's actually finding the opening frag. Sway's been doing that a whole lot in this game. And he's part of the reason it's so close. Nightblood moving themselves forward and finding success here and there. He shots, yes, with 1 frag, but it's only 1. And everyone else has fallen flat. Air McNutty now on the side of this site. Still somehow committing for reasons unbeknownst to me. Samelol, they do have the out here. It could rotate away, but they're just hanging out all alone here at the B side.
They don't know if a flank is coming. They don't know where to look. And the information peak will be punished. It's only Ojai in a 1 versus 4. 20 HP to his name. He tries to find the heads. Able to get Cyclone TP out. And that might actually bait the rotation. If he can get the timing onto McNutty, he'll have sight for free.
Yeah, but that time is going to be all so tough. And Poppy taking the swing. McNutty not even giving him a chance. As Samelol fall to that aggression. They fall to what Nightblood are able to put forward. And it's once again Sways with these opening picks.
Yeah, I gotta say, though, that dog from McNutty actually saved the round for Nightblood. You saw it was able to get the concuss onto, I believe, all 5 members. That gave the information over, and you saw the immediate rotation from Nightblood onto that B site. That B site just became a death trap after all that information, after all that slowing from that concuss was available. Samelol not gonna be able to buy up. I believe I only saw a Marshall towards the end, but we also have Chamber here, right? He gets $100 per bullet, and that 1 tap still be very, very deadly at these long ranges. Mid aggression here from Samelol definitely seem to love this mid site. And Nightblood, I mean, they still have members here. They're looking to fight this one.
Well, there's no more Chamber. McNutty, Sways,
One
everyone
enemy remaining.
getting involved, and it's quick and easy, fast and simple. Samelol are in the same place that they were last round. 1v4, 1v5, not going to work. So, a flawless victory, and Nightblood have turned the tide and tied the game.
Flawless is great. You secure that economy. You get that rifle into Sway's hands, who's also 3 away from the knives. So even if they lose this one, I believe the operator should be seeing that coming out very, very soon. Completely tied up game. And looks like Samelol back to that 5-man hit. Probably have the Viper E-shots go up towards that hallway to threaten it. Maybe open the door, make that A site extremely unsafe in order to play. But there's 4 people here. They've read this completely.
Yeah, but that might push back some players. Who knows? Here comes that push. Immediately taken out. There is OI. Lots of information. If it wasn't clear before, it is clear now how many players for Samelol are in this position. Trying to eke their way out, but the spam through the toxic screens just far too deadly. You can see that the majority of Samelol have taken a bit of chip damage, have really rethought their motives, and have decided, hey, well, maybe this just ain't worth it. Either way, they are still trying for it. But Sways hitting another shot, and there's room on the swing. Everything working beautifully for Nightblood on a round that's so impactful because this is the gun round that they needed. Samelol dropping the bag.
This was huge. A great setup for Nightblood Gaming. They had the 4-stack on the A site. They had the Skydog early into B. Saw that there's no one there, and the Sky sits in mid. They had all their bases covered, and unfortunately, Samelol did not know where to go. They just sit around trying to trade shots, but they don't go their way. It's only shots here left in a 1 versus 5. Trapped because the trip is forward facing, and the only way he can go, well, there's a bunch of players there.
Can he save? That's the real question. Is there going to be enough time to work with? Maybe. Still low health. Oh, it's going to be close. He does get around the corner, so should be okay.
Okay. Just in time, I saw that Viper running over to try and kill him, but either way, 3 rounds to 1 in this second half for Nightblood, securing their economy. I mean, E-shots is the only one with a rifle, and hopefully that rifle can do work because it kind of messes up the economy just a little bit, right? You're gonna have 4 people on a save. The only person who really has to buy is E-shots, and well, if they lose this round, E-shots isn't gonna have enough money to buy up to that rifle in the next. Looking over towards mid, Samelol seems to be just playing more of a puggy style, right? They were just grouping up, trying to hit a site as 5, but so far, Nightblood, they seem to know how to defend against these really aggro pushes.
Yeah, I think that, you know, on paper, the Samelol team has a lot of firepower, but Sways is certainly a big player of his own who's found success here on this round in particular. 3 frags quickly for him. For Ohai, he's able to get involved and dispatch 1 or 2. 6 bullets still in the chamber of this headhunter. But will that be adequate? We'll have to see. His spike is in hand, and there's possibilities, especially with the Vandal of Zaf, but there's so much to check, so many things to look at, and that's the real big issue is actually McNutty gonna maybe be lured into a false sense of security there.
Oh, they know. Bobby's going. He has an inkling.
Oh, his
Doesn't
inkling
matter, though.
denied.
Left.
What? Oh.
I think it's a good fallback from Roompa. Don't want to overextend. Continue yourself into a 3v2. But now Zap has to win one of these duels, and he does just that. Now it's a 2-on-2, and you can see how this gets so much harder. Because Ohai could be literally anywhere. You have an idea where Zap is, but Zap, he's denied Roompa the shot at Ohai, and Ohai denying Zyklon.
What was that? A 2 versus 4? That ended up with Samelol just getting past the dog to not give the information over. Even Poppy kind of knew, had an inkling that they were in our spawn. Maybe could have timing the dog. Maybe they're in our spawn, but the shots don't go his way. The spike plant is garnered since Roomba also whiffs it. And the 2 versus 3, 2 versus 4 ends up in a round win for Samelol. Actually, that was an eco, I believe, as well. So, looking absolutely amazing off the back end of that. Again, mid-aggression here, trying to find some sort of space. Could hit either side so far. But, oh man, the setup from Nightblood, they're just pounding shots into mid from A site. You have to threaten the tunnel as well. E-Shots has made it all the way into the spawn. But again, Roomba knows it doesn't matter. It feels like even though Nightblood have an inkling of where they are, the shots just aren't going their way.
Not at the moment, but it's still a 4-on-4. It's not too shabby, not right now. You could see the Tour de Force come forward from Ojai, but right now it's still locked away. McNutty, an opportunity here on towards Duck, and he's going to find it. That jet no longer a factor. Means that it's going to be an advantage for Nightblood. Slow 40 seconds ticking.
Toxins going up.
Where do you go? There's a toxic screen this time of day. It's Sway's answers the call. Oh, high down. And there's Poppy getting in the back line and finding everyone but Zero Data, who is now going to be interested in so many angles. Can't pick the right one, though Poppy certainly will put him down for his trouble.
Yeah, actually, I think if Poppy died there, it was very winnable for Samelol. Since they had the Viper's Pit available, they could put that down in a 2 versus 3 with no Sova. Though I think the Skydog was used already as well. That's a very winnable situation, but I don't think the call was made that the Viper was in that corner. Maybe it wasn't heard fast enough. I don't know what happened, but either way, Nightblood will get that last round, and they're going into this round with an operator this time that's going to be looking down mid, somewhere where Samelol have tried to go multiple times. You see that operator from the attacking side as well, from that Chaper, that free gun, and it's 4 or 5 people strong heading towards this B site.
Cage trigger.
Information gained. The Cyclone, oh, that was dangerous, but ultimately Duck is the one to fall. Staff on the re-entry, McNutty down, and E-Shots has found success as well. This is starting to look a little bit dicey here for Nightblood Gaming, as Samelol not only pushed onto the site, but they put the pit down and pulled the Tour de Force to put themselves in a huge advantageous position. It's Poppy looking to re-entry. It's actually Roomba who has a shock dart kill. It's quickly all down to Ojai, but Ojai does everything necessary with the better operator of that ultimate, and Samelol tie it back once again. It's 9-all.
Just force her way through the B site. 5 people strong. The thing with Cypher is that those smokes don't last nearly long enough, and there's no slow provided like there was in beta. You can just run straight through. If you hear that reload, especially if the defenders are spamming their smokes and they don't get enough of you, completely tie up for this next half. And it seems like Samelol, I mean, they just want to play numbers here. I can kind of see why they have not as much utility, right? They don't have those information gathering abilities except for that one Sova. And once that Sova's util is gone, it's so hard for them to do anything.
Hunter Fury out that tag. It's actually not going to do the damage, but ultimately it does force Poppy in towards the opening. Z-Shots to follow up. 3 players alive for Nightblood. Seekers are out and searching, but they aren't really going to find too much of success. The Guiding Light was there in order to try and gain entry in towards the site. Samelol will have a lock on it, and that's big. That's huge from Ojai. Going to get the heck out of Dodge and make it even harder, even worse. Okay, no, E-Shots, despite his fantastic angle, gets taken out immediately. Here comes the neural theft, and it's gonna give the information away, but Ojai wins the duel on towards the diffuser, and now it's only one diffuser. Sways has to hit it, and it does not work out. Ojai with the swing, denying Sways any opportunity to stick that diffuse, and actually, I think everyone got out with their life. So Samelol, hey, get away with one there.
Oh, this is just so back and forth every single time, Vincent. I mean, even these rounds, that are being won by either team. They get down to those 1 or 2 people with time just barely at the end, but all that really matters right now is that round win, especially when you're at that 10-9 so far. Gun advantage for Samelol, and against this 5-stack hit, they're just heading over towards this B site. Nightblood adapting though, understanding that they can't really just hold these sites against these 3 duelists. They're just gonna play far back, can play the retake angles. They have the utility in order to pepper them.
That they do, but remember, this didn't work out last time. Now, granted, it was at the cost of a lot of ultimates. That's a nice adjustment. Ojai down, no longer a factor. Guiding Light gonna go through and through the smoke as well. These sheriffs are deadly, and I don't know how, but they've all come to success, and it's all on to Duck. He's found 2 kills, 3 on the round. It's the quad. He uses the dash. He can't quite connect the blades. Oh my goodness. Zyklon so fast, but it's not enough. Holy cow.
What a mess of a round. It looks so good for Nightblood throughout so much of it, right? They led them onto site. They just try and pinch them out. Duck almost with the heroic play. Look at those knives. They were right by his head. But unfortunately, the pixel was not there. And Nightblood come out on top to tie it up yet again. Look at that money, Vincent. It is bad for Samelol. That round loss against the Thrifty not going to be the best for them. And Nightblood have the advantage here in money and in ultimates as well, with that Hunter's Fury and with that Viper's Pit.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, when you only have 1 or 2 players surviving, it can be really deadly to the long-term economy and health of your money. So, Samelol, they're struggling from that perspective. Like you say, 2 ultimates and big ones at that. The pit, the Hunter's Fury. Oh, and a nice shot there by Poppy, making a double, coming in clutch there through the side of the wall, and this is going to be 11 for Nightblood, unless something crazy can happen, and it's E-Shots who's left alone. 66 HP to his name, and I don't think he's going to be able to do it.
Nope, Poppy with a 4K to end it out. I mean, that's just straight game knowledge right there. Knows that angle, knows how to play it with the jump peaks and the spam through. There's not a whole lot you can do about that angle. You can try and spam back, but hey, there are bullets flying your way first, or honestly, at that point, you just run. Try and get space other places. No real need to take that gunfight there. 10-11. Last buy round here for Samelol if they end up losing this round, and it's a lot of firepower to get through in terms of rifles, but also in terms of ultimates, in terms of utility, which Nightblood also has a lot more of. Looks to go aggressive. Sways. Oh, the timing worked out. Ojai doesn't know.
Yeah, but he does have a trademark set up, I think, in that angle, so he would know eventually, if I'm not mistaken. Did I say that? Yep. Duck able to find Sways. Jet on jet action. There's that trademark I was talking about in the corner on the left. There's Duck, who's found another successful frag. 2 openings, both towards B, and the dash is in. Knows that they have to take advantage of the situation right this moment. There's no potential for a cloud burst here. You can see Duck trying to own the sight lines. There's that Hunter's Fury, courtesy of Nightblood Gaming, who are attempting to try and deny the plant. Unfortunately, that plan has failed, and, well, they are left to their own devices. 3 versus 4. Now, it's a very split retake. 1 towards CT, 1 from mid, and 1 from the flank. And, well, scratch the mid player, already down and out. No more players in CT. It's only the flank. It's Poppy 1v3. He's connected the first. He has the potential for the Viper's Pit, but where do you use it in this scenario? It's so hard to utilize correctly. Gonna throw the snake bite around the corner, try and buy some space and time. Makes a swing, but it's a double there for Samelol. They're not gonna miss the shots, not both of them. And despite the valiant effort there by Poppy, it is going to be a tied game at 11 all.
Yeah, a little surprising there from Nightblood Gaming, right? They have so much utility in order to get information. They have the Cypher with the cam and the trips. They have the Skydog. They have all of Sova's utility. And yet they still send a person to try and fish. And it ends up just being 1 versus 1s that, in the end, Duck comes out on top of. The good adaptation towards the end. They go for econ damage. You can already see it in the economy, right? Two Guardians here for Samelol going into this attacking half. And Sways, I believe, has the operator to his name and still has the pit available for this B site. Looking still good for Nightblood.
Even better now. Nice trade, but Roompa's still on top of it. Samuel not out of this yet, though. Especially not with that frag. Through the boxes, Roompa denied. And so now, Samuel, they are on the cusp, potentially, of finding success. Look at Poppy. Poppy is what is in such a forward position. It's really insane. And he might find information. Oh, no.
He's got punished before.
Oh, he's looking the wrong direction initially, but he still finds the frag. E-shots can't quite connect it. And so now it's a 2v3. No ults to work with. The neural theft is online here for Nightblood, but where can you even utilize that? That's a good question. Now, Rendezvous gonna be utilized. No! Ohai swings! He's gonna be taken out. Now it's all on the zero data. Guardian is in hand. 1 versus 3. Has to pull the heroics out of the hat. Has taken that first player, but spammed in through the site. Poppy picking up the round and the defuse. It's 12 for Nightblood Gaming.
Risky from Poppy, right? He's pushed through mid a couple times. He's gotten punished for it. And if he did there, the advantage goes to Samelol. They'll be the ones at match point, but the shot works out for them. 12 to 11, and look at the buy from Samelol. It's not good. There's sheriffs in two people's hands. Ohai is the double sheriff too with his ability, but it's just how can you land these shots? You're going to have to outpeak an op, or you're going to have to outpeak these rifles. And McNutty himself is 1 away from his ultimate as well. So you're going to be fighting through that in addition. Going a little bit slower here. Tour de Force active on this A site. The Opera on top. He gets spotted out. And yeah, 1 pick is garnered at least.
There we go. There's 1. Now, oh, that's a big answer back there. Can't quite find the Tour de Force, but you do find the player in the backside of things, and E-Shots is going to try and trade things back. So, Samuel, they have an advantage in the retake. Nightblood Gaming, no ults to work with. As Roompa utilizes the Owl Drone to push forward and throw a shock dart toward default by the look of it. Both players, same angle.
So good.
Trying to take shots. That's a bit of a wide miss there, but E-Shots just has so much time, so many options, so many situations where they could find success, and it's ultimately Zaf who has the victory, has the double kill, and has put it into overtime.
Yeah, Samelol setup there, and that post plant was just too good. You have someone in order to bait, someone to just peek off of with Zaf with the 2K, just in the little ratty quarter towards the end. And that was on a buy that was awful for Samelol, right? They only had a couple of sheriffs, some specters in their hands, but they just flooded the site anyway with their ultimates, and it works out well for them. Going into overtime, Duck, Samelol will be on this defensive side, and Duck has this operator in hand. This setup towards the A, the chamber will be there, possibly hoping to catch out this setup with the Viper wall, right? They push in, they get slowed, and everyone can collapse onto that one. Full aggression here towards this A site. The only person is that Cypher, that lurk that needs to be dealt with, and dealt with he is not. Zyklon gets the shot, gets the pressure, but still this A site hit.
Duck doing magnificent work here for Samuel. The operator, obviously a big portion of this game thus far on both teams, but Samuel seemingly finding success when it matters the most. Cyclone, is he going to expect the close player here? It's hard to anticipate, but it's also not unheard of.
It's hard to clear too, since you have to just swing all the way to your right. There's so many different angles, and he's itching for it. I can kind of tell he might be trying to go for it, but the rest of his team's heading towards that B. There's only 3 people on his side. I don't think he can risk this.
No, he definitely can't. He's actually not here to play for frags. He's here to play for rotates. He's here to define, okay, when does a rotate happen, and can I get a kill off the back of that? Now, Duck is sort of getting antsy.
30 seconds left.
Kind of knows that something crazy is going through, and see, there is the patience that Zaf was waiting for. The Zyklon who does fall, it's going to be the Seekers to go out. But again, are they a bit premature? As obviously they're going in towards the CT area. They know there's somebody back there. 3v2. No ults. There's the Lear. Roomba needs to take a fight. Does just that, but actually wins the second one. Can't find the follow-up because Zaf is there, and Ohai on the long range. Able to connect. So Samelol, it might have been sent to overtime, but it sure ain't over yet. They've got the round advantage.
A 1 round for Samelol. One more in order to win out. And might we remind them, Vincent, this is a best of one. It doesn't matter what the round count is. All that matters is that you get the dub in the end. And Samelol going into their attacking side. They have rifles in their hands now. Not going to be looking in order to take that op into it. But Sways is. He's the one with not a lot of utility, no armor to his name, but has that $4,700 gun that can one-shot to the body. Looking towards this B site. Interesting Viper wall here from the attack, trying to cut off information, it seems, from Tunnel and that operator angle. This dog is going to get all the information that Nightblood need.
Well, it's a clever way to get across this gap, to be fair, but here's Sways. Oh, only good for one. He's actually changed at the last minute from that operator to a rifle. Probably for the best. I don't think he even gets one there with the op, if you consider it. Push. Right? Is connecting. As is Zyklon. Zero data left alone. But it's all over. All over indeed. 13-13. We go again.
Yeah, Nightblood have just been so smart about stacking these sites. It feels like they just know where Samelol is heading on this attack. It's happened a couple times when they were on that defense, and it works out so wonderfully for them since Samelol, I mean, they kind of just have to go aggro, right? Those have been their best rounds when they 5-push onto a site. It's a gamble stack, and if the gamble stack works out for you, hey, you win out the round into second overtime. No operators this time here, Vincent. Everyone's going to be rocking that rifle, and it's Nightblood, the 4-person stack towards this B. Duck to get the early info. Poppy's here to defend against this, but that drone's going to push him back. Oh.
Died down low, E-shots. That's brutal. No opportunity for an even attempt to there. Sways very much okay with this position. And try and play over the top of that toxic screen. It's a little bit difficult, to be fair. Not perfect, but still Samelol in a winnable spot. 4 versus 5. Here comes that push. Is there any blind? Nothing at all. In fact, it's a blind for the other team. That's brutal. And in fact, this is looking all so good for Nightblood Gaming. There's some kills at work, but this is not one of them. Poppy with a triple. Able to find out the success for that offensive side.
Huge from Nightblood there. The initial peek into elbow, getting the pick, and then heading over towards that B site worked out wonderfully for them. They're able to counter the aggression and a post plant towards that elbow. Holding it really won themselves the round in that last one, but goes into the next. And Nightblood now are in the advantage. They're the ones who have somewhat of the pressure to close it out here, try and make sure they don't go into another OT. The operator in the Jets' hands and the recon in order to get the information in mid, but Duck, he's just peeked through the Viper wall. He's gotten 2 for himself, and it's 5 versus 3, 10 seconds into the round.
Quick and easy. Sways on another one. This is crazy work. But Nightblood, they're still down. And I gotta say, Nightblood are playing an incredible game, because I walked into this thinking that they were definitely underdogs by like a very significant margin, and I have been corrected. And I gotta mention that, correct the record, because wow, have they stepped up. Here comes that push towards A. Nightblood on the site in Roompa. Can he find one and fall back? That would be ideal, but this is sort of the position where you get one and you might be done. 2 if you're lucky. He's gonna wait patiently for help. And here comes his own recon. Gonna allow the information to be found off the back of the planter, and a big missed shot there by Sways. In fact, it allows for Zero Data to find Roompa for free. His position given away. 2 versus 4. This could be another overtime procced and ready. That's a bit of an unfortunate guiding light as it only lines up Sways. Ojai as well. Now Sways 1v4 has that first frag, but he's just not ready for the flank or the Hunter's Fury or the opposition that was coming in from every single angle. Samelol once again push us to another overtime.
You can see a little bit of the nerves there. I don't think we've seen a team flash like that this entire game, and it comes in double OT, 14-14. I mean, this is their first game of the day too. They gotta play more after this, but this is definitely, hey, maybe this is just a good warm-up game for them. Good to get the hardest match of yourself out for the first day. Rifles in everyone's hands. It looks like a B site hit seems to be on the table. Only 3 people though, and he's gone aggressive before, been a little bit punished for it, but he seems like he still wants to do it. Yep, there's that punish. There's that free open B site, and it's going to be a retake scenario for Samelol. The thing is, they're going to be much later than they usually are for this retake. That's going to be like 20 seconds off of that spike that's going to be garnered for Nightblood.
Yeah, they really are going to have to turn up the pace here to get onto that site in a reasonable amount of time, because they have 4 players, right? That's pretty good, but they don't have their main controller, so you're not going to have a toxic screen available, and that's a big deal. All 4 players coming from the same exact angle. That is dangerous. They push forward. Shock darts going back the other way. Sways close by, is going to be blinded just a little bit, but is able to find success with a close range duel. Roompa with 3, all in the 1v3. Duck can't find it. It's another match point for Nightblood.
Nowhere to run.
Man, you can just see there that it was just way too slow from Samelol. I think the idea there was, hey, they got to pick on B, but maybe most of their people on A. They double push down 2. Maybe they can still catch someone rotating over, but no one is there to be caught. No kills to be garnered. And with such a slow rotation, you're just not going to have the time to break these crossfires, to defuse the spike with all the sightlines available. Now it's Nightblood in the driving seat yet again. They need to make sure that they can win this one out. Operator in hands for Sways is going to be looking towards that hallway area, which it seems like most of Samelol have grouped up towards. Pretty light towards A here. Only the Viper really. Nightblood playing super far back. Just trying to see where the info goes, and the info, hey, seems like an A hit so far.
That's certainly where the spike's at. Samelol, once again, do or die. They have to win or they're out of this game 1 of the groups. That toxic screen gonna create space, allow for everyone to get on towards the site without Sways taking shots, and it's actually Duck who finds the opener. So Nightblood are down for just a moment. It's a nice swing there by Zero Data, and Sways is just not in position, not fast enough, and it's incredible work there. Zero Data, he's got 3 kills in the blink of an eye. I almost missed it, and I'm watching the game. Samelol, they got 15-15. Full 30 rounds are gone, and we're still freaking going.
The thing is, it felt like Nightblood had so much control of that situation, right? There was like 5 people towards that A site. They had so many people on the site itself since they rotated over, but they just didn't win any of the gunfights. A literal flawless coming out for Samelol, and they keep their hopes alive yet again. Go into the next one, and I'll say at this point, I wonder what's even going to go differently, right? These teams have shown that they can play in a bunch of different situations. And it's really all about initial picks. It's all about who dies first, because it feels like whoever dies first, I mean, that team's just losing out these rounds.
Yes, indeed. Once again, playing for the victory here on the group stage. All the BO1s, and it's Ojai. Oh, man. That's a bit of a giveaway if your Zyklon. Really got to be swinging that angle, especially if you're going to cover off the opposite with your cyber cage and E-shots. I'm not sure how he's found that successfully, but he does, and he gets away. This might be Samelol They have an opportunity to
Oh.
get back in here, but as I say that, maybe I should stop as it's 2 frags the other way. It's a split here on towards A as Roompa is in position. Missed shot there by Zero Data. E-Shots falls as well. It's Ohai now to clutch 1v3. Can he do it? Has the Headhunter potentially online. Has just given away his position though on accident. Surely swaps up for a Vandal. Doesn't want to give things away. He has a rendezvous coming up very shortly. Is sort of aware of the possibility of a player there on the long corner, but Sways hits the shot anyway. Really clean work from Nightblood Gaming to bring that back.
Match point.
I feel like you and I are just losing our minds, right? The initial picks go towards Nightblood, and then we just see a fire back. You just see like some hope come out from the other side, but Nightblood still is there in order to crush those hopes down yet again. Nightblood, for I believe the 3rd time now, is in the advantage here in OT, and the Samelol on the back end trying to keep their hopes alive, send us into a quad OT to start it out, and it's a 4-person group up push towards this B. This dog, at least now it's been killed early, that stun won't go through, but Duck has been found out and he's in a bad spot.
Yeah, but even worse spot there is Roompa. E-Shots, oh, nearly found that out. Though he is in a pretty good angle. Are they going to be prepared for him? Yes, it looks like they are. There's 3 players committed in towards this site, and it's kind of dangerous, but fortunately, E-Shots finding success with Zyklon, who's able to fight one back, but it's still a disadvantage for Samelol as Poppy comes in from middle, applying that pressure. McNutty, he's on a bit of an island here. Can he find one? One and done would be magical, but unfortunately for Poppy, he can't find the success that he's looking for. McNutty, though, certainly can. He's got the one, but he's done as well. 2v2 on A, or rather on B, excuse me, as Samelol are nearly able to find the success, but Sways in the back line for Nightblood Gaming continues to pull this back. It's ridiculous. Now has to do it in 2 consecutive 1v1 scenarios. But the good news for E-Shots is that he does have the pit.
Yeah, but it's a fake. He's going towards that A site, and I don't know if the Sova knows. He's trying to figure this out, but he's not even in the range to hear the footsteps. He's gonna turn back at the perfect time. They both have their knife out, and it doesn't matter. E-Shots with the clutch of messy round keeps Samelol back in this game and sends us to a 4th OT.
Dude, I don't even understand. What are the script writers thinking? This is just game 1. I mean, we got so much more here at the Valorant Midwest Showdown. It's outrageous stuff. Oh, Samelol, Nightblood Gaming, what can they do?
Oh, all right. Gotta take a deep breath. I hope the players are taking a deep breath too, because that was a crazy round to begin with. Nightblood on the attack, heading over towards this A.
We haven't had a timeout. I just realized neither team's taking a timeout here. And they're both loud too, so that is certainly interesting to say the least.
Hey man, if it works for Sentinels, it can work for these teams as well. Double up towards this hallway. They're about to open door, and Duck's gonna be in a really awkward spot.
He doesn't have the op to work with. There's that pressure being applied. Now, Duck has sort of found himself out, but that's an actually really fortunate cloud burst, and it's given Duck the space that he needs. Zaf is, in the meantime, dispatches with McNutty, means that Poppy has to be the hero, but he's been tagged down. He's been tagged out. See you later, says Zero Data. The Samelol have the opportunity, but Sways once again on the flank. He's fighting him back. It's 2 frags, 2 headshots for Sways. Nightblood, they're making their moves. Low HP here for the Sova, and Roompa has found that successful Headhunter here out for Ohai. It's low health for the Sova, but there's Sways still on the board, and that's what's dangerous. Now, both of these players are relatively split up, though, and Sways, this is a nasty little angle. No way Ohai's expecting it. But as I say that, he jumps back up, and no, Ohai can't find the clutch. It's another triple kill for Sways, who's just fragging out of control.
The huge thing about that angle too was there was the double trademark setup on B, so Ohai didn't really have to be worried about that until those 2 alarm bots went off. Peeks towards mid in order to try and find space, but Sways, I mean, who checks that? That's the weirdest off angle ever. There's so many other places to look in mid, and it works out so well. Nightblood, again, fourth time, round advantage. It's just they can't close these ones out. Samelol has been doing the same thing on this attacking side, and now Sways, he just wants to go aggressive, but look at Samelol, they're ready for this.
Oh no, the timing's not good enough, but
No.
ow! Doc, he's put his gun away and taken it out in the space of moments in time. Poppy's down for 0 data. It's once again a 2-player advantage for Nightblood, but how many times have we seen this be fought back? Unfortunately, Sways, the architect of those comebacks, is out of the round, and it's Duck who finds the success on Zyklon through the toxic screen. It's all down to the 2 versus 5. Nightblood looking like they're down and out, but I'm never going to call it before it's done, as now it's a 1 versus 5. McNutty and the Hunter's Fury committed. This is looking like it might be curtains for McNutty. He does the dance, gets out of dodge, but he's still got too many players to find, and it's 17 aside.
5 times in OT, man. Every time it's just this attacking side. Whoever wins it, they're just feeling good. They're going into the next round, and then I mean, Breeze is attacker sided, but man, can someone win around defense already?
Oh, apparently not. That's the answer. Apparently not. Oh my goodness.
Operator in the hands of Duck this time. I mean, it hasn't really gone the best way in other rounds, but maybe this one will be different. There's a bunch of people heading their way. The Viper's Wall will isolate him, but hopefully he'll get the first shot regardless.
Worrying sign there for Sways on the aggressive entry last round. I say worrying, the reason being is that he clearly feels a lot of pressure, but Duck, he's got no pressure whatsoever. 0 data getting shot in the back, but Duck has his help. It's all going well before Roompa comes back in for more. It's 1 for 2 as Nightblood still down. You can see Zap is in a very crucial position. There's Roompa on the flank. He connects on towards the high HP player, but the low HP player stays alive, and that means that Zap can get the overheal, but it's not for long before the 2v2 is engaged, courtesy of McNutty. Samelol, they're looking for the retake, and oh, it's so close as the guiding light is committed. Seekers, here they come, and they are finding almost nothing. No, E-shots, this is a big giveaway. Now it's a 1v1, essentially 2 1v1s coming down to fruition. Does Ojai check it? Oh my goodness, what a turnaround on towards McNutty, and Ojai has both frags. That is Samelol able to win on the defense. That is magical stuff from Ojai.
Samelol in the advantage. Finally, they win out on the defense, but hey, who's to say Nightblood don't bring it back on their own defense, right? Duck came up huge with that operator, got 2 picks. It did swing back. It was even numbers, but doesn't matter towards the end. Round win is all that matters. 5 stack for Samelol here towards this B. Sorry, 4 stack, as E-shots is going to be lurking up towards that hallway as well. Can the picks go their way? Can they get those initial peaks? I mean, probably not. There's no one looking to peek them. There's 3 on this B site so far. Now they're going towards this tunnel to look to take mid control.
This is a big opportunity for Samelol. Nightblood, their backs against the wall here this time. It's been a rarity. Nightblood have always been having the advantage every single time, and this is now they are the ones who have to clutch up or go out. But aggression here
How
in
much
the middle.
slower this is from both teams, because they realize this is a different, you know, they haven't been in this situation before. Samelol's in the advantage, and they don't want to throw this one away.
A great point. Yeah. And you can see, I mean, just in 1 minute now ticking away, we've seen a lot of those fast aggressive plays towards A, for example. Oh, an opening there potentially for Duck, but it's a missed shot. So, oh man, oh hi. So close by, and E-shots actually found an opening here at A. Now there's nobody home. Zap has found that pick in towards the B side, and that's going to pull rotations. Now E-shots is going to find that there's nobody actually at A for the moment. Just a far back Viper hold, and this is a fantastic rotation, but Poppy could put the kibosh. No way. E-shots, perfect timing. It's not going to matter. Is Nightblood still down by 3? Going to have to retake.
Everyone on the site so far, they've retained mid control as well for Samelol, so they're in a perfect spot in order to defend against this spike.
Look at the crossfire setup here. All three players for Nightblood come from that CT side. Rupa sneaking his way in. It's Ohai able to get out of there, but he's blinded out. He's still able to find it. McNutty through the door. The spray control is phenomenal. It is the 1v1 versus the Sova. No secrets to help out this time with a shot, certainly do. Nightblood Gaming, they're keeping it going. It's still 18-18.
Oh my god, what is happening, Vincent? It was a 3 versus 4 retake. Samelol had mid control, they just had to play time, but McNutty comes up huge. His aim is nutty, gets one just with the headshot, gets Ohai with the wall bang, and clutches us out for his team. Man, is this man's head shaking? It looks so steady for the fact that we're going into 5 times overtime. I mean, look at those kill counts, man. Swayze is at 35 kills, but I don't even think that's weird at this point, considering we have played like 36 rounds of Valorant.
Let me note, though, the last 3 or so rounds, Swayze has actually been shut down relatively well. It's been Roompa, it's been Poppy, it's been McNutty, all stepping up individually to pull up the clutch. So Swayze, he hasn't actually been a factor in the last few. Can he come back? If he's able to come back and become a factor here in 1 or 2 rounds, I mean, that's just got to be a Nightblood victory, surely. Here's Duck. Looking for the aggression. We haven't seen this aggression for Duck very often. And E-Shots as well pushes forward, giving away an opening duel. That's a big giveaway as well. Now Ohai has to stand tall on the site. Playing around the Cloudburst, he's good for the frag, and he's going to be able to get out with the rendezvous. It's Zap as well. Overheal, good in mid. Now Poppy caught out in the open, and it's all falling apart. Samelol on the defense, coming to fruition. Despite that opening frag, they're not going to be able to close this unless they can pull the 2v4. We've seen it though before, and it's happening again. 2v4, now 2v2, and Cyclone and Roompa come up huge with the shots. The problem being they still have to collect that spike. It's down on the right-hand side, and then Zap, who's going to connect both the frags. The lineup is good for 19. Samelol with the advantage once more.
Switching sides.
Zaf actually shot that Cypher cam, and because I believe they were both behind a wall, they thought that was coming from the tunnel, because I mean, it makes sense, right? He's in a one and done angle right there with 2 versus 2 with time ticking down. It just feels like the stupidest thing to do, but sometimes the stupidest thing to do is the smartest. Gets the double kill. Samelol in the advantage this time. 4 people strong, heading over towards this A, but again, the stack here from Nightblood Gaming, they're here to defend this A site. They see the Viper wall, they see this drone, and it's all going to be dealt with accordingly.
Here goes that Lear. I'm gonna buy some time. Toxic Orb and Toxic Screen both out, but through the smoke, there's Icon.
Oh.
Able to find Duck. 0 data on 1 trade, but Poppy still keeps the numbers in favor of Nightblood. Now, with the screen down, Poppy, another frag. Samelol down to 2. Make it a singular. E-Shots. He's got 2. Almost picked the 3rd. That would have been outrageous, but he can't quite find it. It's another tied game. This is endless, Sparky.
Sometime we will break out of this loop, and I feel like I just want to see something different from this defense from Samelol, right? They've been winning it out a couple times, but it feels like the first picks don't necessarily go their way, and I feel like a lot of the time it's just them getting over aggressive, especially E-Shots. This man is on a Viper, and he's been picked off a couple of times. He's always one to try and make space, but with a controller player, right, you've got to be a little bit more careful. Your mollies, your smokes are huge in order to win out a lot of rounds. That smoke, I mean, the spam is through, but A-side hit seems to be on the table, and both duelists are stuck.
Stuck? Are you sure? Duck has frags. Make it 2. He's looking for more. Can he get around the corner? Yes, he does. Reload coming in. And now going to apply pressure from 2 angles, but Zyklon on forward position on towards the site. Equalizes to the 3-on-3. Low health here for Sways, but it doesn't matter as the spike, I think it can go down. Yes, indeed it can. Now the retake is going to come through from a very non-traditional angle. So this is traditional. Oh, high with frags, and he's got the advantage back in for Samelol. Going to put down the rendezvous for now. Unsure of where the opposite side of that is as both players come in from Cave side for Samelol. Roompa on the site trying to fight over Ohai. Both players in position. Ohai through the boxes. It's stuck once again on the triple. This man on the jet just finds frag after frag. He is unstoppable.
And a good play from Nightblood. They pinch onto the A site, but what they weren't expecting, the Jet and the Reyna to come up huge, just fighting their way out. You're not stuck in here with me. Excuse me, sorry, I cannot say the correct words, but basically, it doesn't matter. Samelol, they go up in rounds count. They go to that 20. We're about to play 40 rounds of Valorant here in our first game of the day. And honestly, the way it's going, it might be 42. It's totally possible that Nightblood just win this out. It's the classic setup for them. They're going to peek out into mid, see if there's any aggression. But the Viper wall is towards A. The drone will actually maybe not. It's going towards that mid this time. They're going to try and open up this site from hallway and from the A site. It seems like Nightblood kind of know that this is happening, probably at the dog towards B main, but they're already ready for this hit to come through.
I like that Samelol are just pushing this aggressively. Before they spread out and played passive, now they just are going for it all the way through with the spam there. Zyklon able to find Ohai, and that's a big fragger taken out. So, Samelol down, but not out. They're going to get towards that site. Now, Plant isn't there yet, as the spike actually hasn't crossed over. So that's a bit of a problem. They're trying to find some openings. Ways on the operator has pulled out another. Zero Data does trade towards Poppy, but now it's all about the flank here, and Roompa has it on lock. Plant to follow. Roompa pulling out to... That's... Oh my goodness, how is that... How is that not a headshot? Now it's all on E-shots. 1 versus 4. Sways and Go just pulling everything back. And excuse me,
smoke?
where was that? It must have been a small angle on the side, because I certainly didn't see it. Either way, we're tied again. We've gotten 2 games for the price of 1.
Vincent, I'm gonna be real with you. I think it's destiny that this stuff is happening. I feel like the shots when you're down are just going the way of the team who just needs to make it more overtime, you know? Just that shot through the smoke at the final, I'm convinced it's destiny that we're just going to be in this loop here forever. 20-20, we go again. Sways is about to hit a 40 frag, but honestly at this point it feels like weird if someone doesn't hit 40. So we played 40 different rounds of Valorant. Back towards this A site, the classic setup from Ohai to defend against this push with the double alarm bot. Aggression towards mid here from Samelol. He's gonna figure out that there's no B hit coming, and E-shots gets picked out yet again, but still the information's given over. It's not a B hit, they're going towards A.
Spike down A.
Once again, Samelol, they get picked, but they also get the trade. And the problem is that there's no one at A. None really whatsoever. And they've rotated in towards this B site very quickly, Nightblood Gaming. But the same could be said for Samelol. They all are going that direction. Now, there's actually no controller still online. 1 for 1. Zero Data makes it a favorable position for Samelol. Now, over the top there is the Owl drone, and Zero Data playing with fire. Oh, that shock dart could do big damage, but it misses its mark. Same set for Roompa, but he moves into Zaph's sightline, and Zaph finds another frag successfully on towards Zyklon. Oh my goodness, Samelol. They continually keep finding these aggressive openers, and they keep finding the advantage here round after round, but they can't close it out.
One player I want to talk about too is Zaf, right? It feels like there's a couple times he's gotten a 2K to end out these OT rounds, and it's in these spots no one would expect, right? He was in Nest that last time, he was in the Cubby on B site a round before. Like, he is in these really ratty
No
spots
prisoners.
that is just covering his teammates so well, and it's doing so well for Samelol. Round advantage for them. They're a little bit more spread out this time. They've been four stacking, hitting quite a bit. Oh, the dog saw them. It gave it all away. There's three people there, and Sways is taking the space away, gets the kill as well. And now he might be a little bit stuck, but hey, first kill goes over to Nightblood Gaming.
And it's Duck to go down as well. I think we're seeing history repeat itself in live time right this second. Look at the slow response. They know how far pushed up Nightblood is here at the B side, so they sort of entry their way in towards A, and that's the only real defender there. Now, granted, Roompa's far back. He could take a duel, and he actually is going to notice that there's nobody fully committing to this A side. That's a little bit dangerous because if we see Samelol go back B, then they could be caught out, but no. That's not what's going to happen. They are heading towards the caves, and they are going to be pushing in towards A. You can see just Ohai waiting in towards middle, trying to apply that pressure and deny any rotations. For now, he's not going to find anything, but here comes that
30
push
seconds left.
out towards A.
Roompa has to be the hero maker here, right? The rotations are slow. They're going to get the spike down now, but still, this guy is already on the other side. Roompa is here on this flank. It's really all about if he can win this one duel and possibly take people out. But Ohai is on the other side. Ohai has the 2K, and it's all up to Roompa.
Here he comes. Bagged out, and Zero Data has the frag on the pre-fire. It's going to be McNutty versus 4. Pit's out on the site. These shots, taking shots. It's actually down, so the pit's no longer a factor. But look how spread the defense is. It's all over. Samelol finally pick up the victory. Oh my goodness. What is that? 42 rounds of 42. Valorant? Oh my gosh. I don't even know. Just please analyze for me because I don't know what happened.
That was 42. I mean, that's the answer to life, right? 42, but either way, I mean, it just felt like both of these teams, or I don't know if they were tired or something, but there were so many rounds that we saw where it was a 4 versus 2, a 5 versus 3, something where the people advantage was in one team, and then the shots go the other way. They don't land, someone just isn't hitting it, and it goes back. It just swings back at rubber bands. And that was the same thing with the OT rounds as well, right? We saw early a couple rounds for Nightblood where they get the advantage. They end up closing out. And on the opposite side, Samelol, they figure it out finally. They're able to get rounds for themselves. They're able to close it out. And Samelol will take the first map. And Vincent, that's only the first game of the day. We have so much more Valorant to play.
We have 5 more best of ones. I cannot believe it. I don't know that my voice is going to be able to take that, but we're going to be running with it. Duck is going to pick up the MVP, but I got to keep it real. Duck played a fantastic game. Don't get me wrong, but that is stolen. Sways was the MVP in my book. I cannot I cannot undersell the fact that if Sways doesn't frag the way he did, especially in regulation, this isn't an overtime game. This isn't, this is just a Samelol game. And also, to talk about this Nightblood gaming team, I mean no disrespect to these players, but for 3 of the 5 players on Nightblood Gaming who are relatively unknown to come up against the likes of these 5 on Samelol who are very strong known players that have a lot of experience in the scene, I guess that's just the LAN effect because I gotta say, I'm incredibly impressed. Where I thought this group B was going to be Samelol kind of running away with things, Nightblood is clearly here to play, despite losing this opening game.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how they play for the games going on. I mean, hopefully they're not too tired from this one and they're ready and warmed up for the next couple games of the day here, Vincent.
I sure hope so. Well, we're going to go to a short break here because, well, I'll be honest. I need it. You need it. Everybody here needs just a moment to reset. So we're going to come back with game 2 in just a little bit. So don't go too far.
As well as occasionally going over cool